Hi everyone, my name is Vincent. I'm from Life Coach Rap Results. Today I want to talk to you about a very important video. It's a suicide prevention video. So just to let people know that's watching this, I'm going to be talking about the value in suicidal thoughts and how to transform the suicidal thoughts into something that's valuable. Yeah. So there's a difference when someone comes to me and they're talking about they think about suicidal thoughts, I quickly weigh up, I assess, is it suicidal tendencies or suicidal thoughts? Yeah, so wherever it is, I would always suggest that you open up and talk to someone about it, because the power is in that, is in keeping it secret. When I keep it secret, it's growing power. It keeps growing power and power and power. But when I actually talk about it and bring it out into the light, shine a light on it, the power comes out of it. And this is why it's so important to talk about this stuff. Yeah. So what I'm here today, I'm going to change your relationship with the thoughts of the suicide, not the actual suicide. And the reason why I'm doing this video is, from my own experience, it was my best kept secret for years. Thinking about suicide every day. I have a couple of days off here and there, but for about 10 plus years, I thought about suicide daily. And there was nothing, there's a few things going on, but there was nothing really, really bad for me to think of that. But I did, and it was my best kept secret. And I had a lot of, and what I didn't understand is I need to be awakened to the value in them thoughts, because it wasn't the thoughts that was the problem. It was my resistance to the thoughts that was fueling the thoughts. So I got thoughts, I'm going, I shouldn't have these thoughts are wrong. I want to get away from them, and I want to try and move away from them. That was the fuel behind them thoughts. That was like tipping petrol on the fire. Yeah, I just made them worse and worse and worse because of my resistance to them. Because nobody ever taught me how to see the value in them. And I'm going to explain something to you which no mental health professional is talking about. I want to awaken you to the value in suicidal thoughts. So I actually find someone one day, I find a coach. And I goes to him and I says, and he talks about his experience. And for me, I didn't open up about my own experience, but he said to me about these techniques he'd been using with certain people who've been coming to him with suicidal thoughts. And he said, I assess the situations, the tendencies or thoughts, I find out it's the thoughts. And they come to me and they say, I'm thinking of suicide. After assessing them, I go, well, that's valuable. And he go, what do you mean that's valuable? How is these thoughts valuable? I'm thinking of suicide. They're quite angry with him. And he said to me, yeah, they're valuable. Okay then, so listen to me a minute. He said, let me show you the value in them. So I want you to close your eyes, he said, and I want you to run the tape through to the end. I want you to use your imagination about the planning, what you're going to do, how you're going to do it, when you do it, what it's going to feel like, what it's going to feel like after you've done it, what it's going to feel like for the person that finds you, what it's going to feel like for maybe family members and that when you've done it, if you have family or if you don't, what's going to feel like for friends. And I want you to run the tape through all the way to the end. I want you to open your eyes and tell me what it feels like. Because when people normally think of suicide, they just think it's a quick way out. They don't always run the tape through to the end. That's why a lot of people who actually commit suicide, when they actually do it, they regret it, because they don't see it to the end. So they close your eyes for a couple of seconds and they open their eyes and they're like, what's that feel like? It feels terrible. Okay then, so if it feels terrible and you match the thoughts up to the feelings and your mind is trying to tell you if you do this, it's going to be terrible, then your mind is not trying to get you to commit suicide, it's trying to prevent you from committing suicide. Yeah? Your mind is not trying to tell you to commit suicide, it's trying to prevent you from committing suicide. Your imagination was given it to us to keep us safe, not to destroy us. We need to think about just as much of the stuff we don't want to do as much as we want to do. So when you've seen the problem is the solution to protect you, you can become grateful for the problem. Yeah, well, it's not a problem, it's the solution. You can become grateful for it. When you can become grateful for it, you can move towards it and keep it. And the moment you want to keep them thoughts, it's a paradox, them thoughts go on their own. Yeah, what's been fueling them thoughts is the resistance. The resistance to them thoughts has been fueling it all along. So when I can see the value in it, I can become grateful for it, and I want to keep it, them thoughts go all on their own. Yeah, but I need to be awakened to the value in them thoughts. And them thoughts are not trying to work against me, they're working for me. And that's why I need to see things from a different perception. Yeah, it's my perception is my problem, my lack of knowledge. I keep coming back to this time and time again. I can only see this much truth at any one time. I need to be awakened to the greater truth. I need to see the value in things that appear to be really negative, when actually the stuff that appears to be really negative is very valuable. And then he said to the client, okay, and if I could come up to you and take away them suicidal thoughts, guess what? You might commit suicide because you wouldn't know it was going to be terrible. Do you want to keep them thoughts, or do you want me to take them away from you? No, I want to keep them. And that's when everything changes. You know, so this is a simple, very powerful tool I want to share with you guys, you know, because I think there's a lot of people out there that got a smile on their face, their life looks okay, but inside, these thoughts are tearing them up, you know, and it's put them in a bad place. And it's not so much the thoughts, it's what they think about the thoughts is the problem. That's the problem. The thoughts is not the problem. The feelings are not the problem. It's what I think about my thoughts and what I think about my feelings is the problem. Yeah? So remember this. The thoughts and the feelings are not the problem. It's what I think about my thoughts and what I think about my feelings is the problem. The resistance to them is the problem because of my lack of understanding, only seeing this much truth. So thank you for joining me today. Please like, share and subscribe. If you need to contact me, you know how to contact me by now. And you all take care.